Welcome back, awesome H.A.C.K.S fans and subscribers. I have got here, I picked up a loose Doctor Doom figure from Marvel Universe. Been after one of these for a little while, and I found it at a decent price, so I'm quite happy. Excuse me. Let's take him out and have a look. So let's look at the sculpt first. First thing I'll say is that head, that face is really nice, but the hood is one part. I'd rather that hood could come off, but that looks really, really nice. The legs look really good, and the arms look pretty cool too. He's got a very nice, I know it's an armor suit, but a very nice sort of medieval sort of suit of armor look about it. So he's got a good possibility for customizing with a Boss Fight Studio stuff as well. Have a look at that face. You can see that it's really, really well done. There's no pupils in the eyes painted. That'd be really difficult because the recess is so narrow, but it could be done. Colours look vibrant and nice. The green looks nice on his clothes, on his cloak. You could take off the skirt section. The upper body section is not, you can't take off that as one piece there. This cloak is heavy, so he's going to fall backwards, but he'll balance on it because it will act as a nice big tripod, a third balance point or point of contact with the ground. If you're not using that to balance, you'll have to lean forwards a little bit, like thus, which is still quite straight, not too bad. Cloak is easy enough to come off. Just take the head off and that'll come out there. The cloak is quite heavy. Interestingly, he has these two things on his back which line up with the two recesses there, and then that little notch goes in the hole, so that'll stay on quite firmly. It's got this holster with the holster on his side, but it's a closed, sealed closed one, so you can't put anything inside, and no gun comes with him anyway, which is a shame. That would have been a nice extra touch. Just a simple ball joint on the head. It's a little bit dirty because I've got it loose. Let's see what his articulation is like. Now his leg's going to suffer because of this skirt, but we will see. So a little bit loose joints, but obviously he is second hand at least. So he gets his left and his right. There is nothing else, just left and right. Shoulders. He gets not particularly high in this one here. I'm sure I can get a bit higher than that. And strangely enough, he gets one shoulder higher than the other. It looks like he can go more, but I think he's just getting in the way with these sculpts getting in the way. So he's almost at the flat there. Bicep curl, which is a single bicep joint, so I won't expect anything major or exciting here. He gets under 90 degrees, which is to be expected. Wrists swivel. There is no other joints there. He has the trunk. There is, there's a waist as well, which is a nice surprise. Hips. Ball hips, so he'll go okay on the side. Forwards and backwards, the skirt section will get in the way, which is a real shame. So you can't go far there. Double kneecap, so he gets quite a nice bend. Interestingly, there is paint on the bottom of the feet where his rocket parts or blasters go in there, not quite sure, which is pretty cool. Feet, he gets a really nice tippy toe, you know, prima Madonna ballerina there. And forwards for his Michael Jackson pose. Pretty cool. His feet swivel, but there's no sideways rock on them. He is a really nice looking figure. And if you look at those legs there, they are just screaming out medieval suit of armor as opposed to sci-fi armor. So there's some really good possibilities for customs there, but I may be tempted by another one or two for that. The arms, with the elbow joint, you get that same sort of feel where it covers the elbow joint there. Looks like a medieval sort of suit of armor. That's pretty cool. But that head sculpt is really, really nice with that mask, with the hood, sorry. The mask is really nice, the hood's cool, but I just wish the hood could be taken off, but it can't. It does look pretty cool. And then this cloak, which can nearly freestand, not quite, it's really nice too. Lots of uses for that for customs too, but obviously it's plastic, it's not soft goods, and it's not wired. Colouring's quite nice, there's some shading and some highlighting. Likewise on his tunic and his hood, not so much on the armor parts on him. He is a nice looking figure. I've seen him, this is the second time I tried to buy him. The first time I sort of buy, and I missed out on it. I've not seen him cheap, I have to say. This one was reasonably cheap. Actually, it was quite cheap, if I'm honest, because it was loose. And again, I'm in China, but finding them cheap is not easy. Normally, they are relatively mid-level, upper price, particularly if they're, you know, brand new, sealed in box. Great looking figure. If I can find some more loose ones, I would definitely get them, particularly for those legs and that head. Legs should just be a simple, ball joint to pop off. The waist section, in fact, looks pretty cool too with the colouring. The skirt comes off, but the trunk part here, this won't come off because it's one piece again. Let me put his hood back on so it's easier to stand him up because he'll balance backwards against it. And then I'll compare him in size to some other figures and we'll get a better idea. So, let's see. Let's put him there. In fact, let me make him stand up a bit better than that. Legs apart slightly. Knees straight. Lean forwards a little bit. No, it's going to go backwards. His knees are too loose unless I lean him forwards a lot. Stay. Okay. So let's use, let me see. Let's use a Boss Fight Studio Zoe, one of my top 118 figures, particularly in females. And Boss Fight Studios are quite, sorry, not Boss Fight Studios, Zombie Labs. Zombie Labs are quite tall, and he is taller than her, which is nice. Let's look at a Boss Fight Studios Vandar, but without his helmet, and he's taller than Vandar as well. Let's look at a Robocop figure, which I have reviewed recently, and it should be in my videos, unless I haven't published it yet. Robocop is quite tiny, as you can see. He is even smaller than Zoe, and he's smaller than Doom. The water marching figures, which I have in my videos, which are huge, and they are just a little bit taller than him, but they scale okay with him. He scales okay with them. Let's look at a Toy Notch figure, and the Toy Notch figure is slightly smaller and even smaller than Zoe. Let's look at a Mr. Freeze, who I use a lot for comparisons because he's just a huge figure. He is taller than Dr. Doom. Okay, let's look at a Hulk figure. Hulk smash! Hulk is one of my go-to figures for comparisons because he's just a big boy, and obviously Hulk is much, much bigger. Doom is a nice figure. I think he's worth picking up. I don't know if I'd buy a new one unless it was really cheap, since I'm, again, going to possibly be cutting him up and using parts for other things in the future. But he is really, really nice. In fact, I'd be tempted to cut that hood off and then maybe, well, do a sculpt, sorry, do a mold and cast first of the hood. Get the cast, then cut the hood part off and sculpt on with some putty a different head, like a knight head or something else. I don't know. That would be something I'd be tempted to do in about 20 years' time when I get the space and the facilities and the time and whatnot. But he is a pretty cool looking figure. I do like that a lot. Let's put him back here. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more Awesome Action Toy videos for you. Stay happy and keep collecting. Bye bye.